get it. Who the fuck is Finesse2Tymes trying to step to a real thug? Cracking by 40 racks like a bitch, acting like you big, bruh. You mad cause we told you bad boy on that notorious thugs beat. Instead of acting like a man, you run to the net like a weak ass tweet. Little nigga, you from Memphis, we from Cleveland, East 99, stay clear. We was thugging for you was born putting in work while you still in daycare. You flashing chains and guns, you don't even shoot, talking big like you hard. But when Layzie spoke calm, you started capping like a fucking reach. Your ass to slow down on them drugs, cause you clearly fried. Talking reckless to the bone of the whole game, laughing while you hide. You ain't starting no beef, little homie. You just begging for attention. We legends, you a meme. One hit wonder with a short ass pension. Finesse, sit your bitch ass down. Trying to diss the bone, getting checked by Layzie. Now you looking like a clown. Finesse, pipe down with that fake tough talk. We been get it. Who the fuck?
It's weak, bro. It might need to go back in. Then you waited 16 weeks. You waited 16 weeks. It took you that long to go in there and make that week. Man, it took you 16 weeks to go in there and make that week song, cuz. Like, it took you long as I got on your about 3 months ago, cuz. It took you long as cuz. It was super weak, cuz. You diss me, cuz. You gotta come on with it, cuz. You can't all that sit down. No. Don't nobody that only like that song is who can go to McDonald's and get a free cup of coffee and a biscuit in the morning for free. If you're a senior citizen at McDonald's, you can go get you a cup of coffee and a sausage biscuit every morning for free. If you're a senior, on God, I'm the only listen to that.
It's real though. He ain't lying though.
Man, you not finna have no YN pull up. See y'all? No. Man, I'm gonna be like, wait.
Oh, that means, hey, man. You don't even like it when you listen to this.
Hey, just come to think about it, real talk. Hey, come to think about it, real talk. 8 bone thugs in harmony. Hey, bruh, you know this song, bruh, I perform. It's bone and biggie. It's bone and biggie. Hey, you had to see this I've been through. You might not believe me if I tell you. Man, the label said, y'all was trying to charge me 40,000 to clear this. Tell me this. Feel about your pocket, skinny man.
I ain't even the type that just give it all away. And I don't think nobody owe me either. I get it. Some fresh braids. The rest of y'all rappers in trouble. Okay? I don't give if you is in bone. If you ain't with us, you just might be against us. Ask me if I care, baby. Can you just ask me? I do care. I care. But ask me if I give a f. I don't. I don't give a f. But I'm happy though.
The disagreement between Layzie Bone of Bone Thugs-n-Harmony and Finesse2Tymes didn't just appear overnight. It developed from a deeper issue that's been present in hip-hop for years: the tension between originality, influence, and respect across generations. The situation reportedly began when Finesse2Tymes incorporated a sound, cadence, or musical influence that closely resembled the signature style Bone Thugs-n-Harmony popularized in the 1990s. Particularly the melodic, rapid-fire flow that became iconic through records like Notorious Thugs. For artists like Layzie Bone, that sound isn't just a vibe. It represents years of innovation, struggle, and cultural impact that helped shape modern rap. So when newer artists draw from that blueprint without what veterans consider proper acknowledgement, it can come off less like inspiration and more like appropriation. From Layzie Bone's perspective, this wasn't about hating on a younger artist or trying to block progress. It was about protecting legacy and making sure the foundation gets recognized. In hip-hop culture, especially among older generations, there's an unspoken rule. If you borrow from someone's style or directly use elements tied to their catalog, you check in, meaning you show respect, give credit, or handle any business aspects like sample clearance properly. As the situation unfolded, Layzie Bone took to social media and addressed the issue publicly, which is where things started to escalate. His tone, depending on how you interpret it, came across as a mix of guidance and warning. He emphasized that Bone Thugs-n-Harmony paved the way for a lot of what artists are doing today, and that there needs to be a level of accountability when tapping into that legacy. There were also discussions floating around about potential sample clearance or compensation tied to the use of certain musical elements, with numbers being mentioned that suggested this wasn't just artistic. It had a business side too. However, instead of the message being received as OG wisdom, Finesse2Tymes appeared to take it as a public challenge. In today's rap climate, where image, pride, and perception carry a lot of weight, being called out in front of an audience can feel like disrespect, even if the original intent wasn't aggressive. That shift in perception is what turned a potentially private conversation into a public dispute. Finesse2Tymes responded in a way that reflects the mindset of many newer artists who came up in a different era of the industry, one where independence, viral success, and self-made momentum are prioritized over traditional gatekeeping. From his side, it likely felt like he was being pressed or told he needed permission to create, which clashes with how many modern artists view their craft. Instead of quietly resolving the situation, he pushed back publicly, questioning the criticism and downplaying the need for any formal acknowledgement. Once both sides took their perspectives online, the situation naturally escalated. Layzie Bone, standing firm on principle, responded further, and at some point the back and forth included diss records or direct verbal shots, which solidified the disagreement as a full-blown conflict rather than a misunderstanding. What makes this situation more significant is that it's not just about Layzie Bone and Finesse2Tymes as individuals. It highlights a broader generational divide in hip-hop. For pioneers like Layzie Bone, respect is shown through acknowledgement, collaboration, and proper handling of business when using elements tied to another artist's work. For newer artists like Finesse2Tymes, respect might look different. It might be about pushing the culture forward, being self-sufficient, and not feeling obligated to follow traditions that weren't part of their come-up. When those two perspectives collide, especially in a public setting, it creates tension that can quickly spiral into conflict. Add in fan opinions, social media amplification, and the competitive nature of rap, and what started as a disagreement over influence becomes something much bigger. In the end, the Layzie Bone and Finesse2Tymes situation serves as a reminder of how important communication and context are in the music industry. A conversation that could have been handled privately, possibly leading to a collaboration, a cleared sample, or mutual respect, turned into a public dispute because of how and where it was addressed. It also shows that while hip-hop continues to evolve, the conversation around respect, legacy, and originality is still very much alive. Both sides had valid points rooted in their experiences, but without alignment on how to approach the situation, it became less about resolution and more about defending position. That's often how these situations play out in today's climate. What starts as a conversation about music turns into a statement about identity, pride, and place within the culture.